Hello everybody. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit here on the official Lotro Twitch channel here over on twitch.com. Was it Lotro stream at twitch.com or something like that? Some people have the URL memorized. I do not. Twitch.tv, that's right. So, all right, well, welcome, and here we are. I'm getting logged in. I was alting around between my characters because I like to pick up the crates that are in usually in somebody's yard, and I tend to go through all of my characters on whatever server I'm very active on, and have each one of them pick up the crates every day if I get to it, but there's days when it doesn't happen. So anyway, today, it didn't get done yesterday because I was really busy with other things. So today, I'm like, all right, the 24-hour timer is up. I should go in there and have everybody pick up the crates. So I was working on that, and so now I'm getting logged in with my main character here. So give it just a moment. So how are you all doing today? Hope you are doing well. While I enjoy tea out of my Deco de Mio mug. I love this mug. It's so awesome. If you aren't familiar with them, they are a website where you can see all of the decorating items that exist in Lord of the Rings Online. It's a pretty massive undertaking, and the fact that they keep it up to date is impressive. That is not an easy thing to do because like the folks at SSG are fantastic at adding on new housing stuff all the time. And when Erebor housing came out a month ago now, about 3 or 4 weeks ago, they added a whole bunch of stuff for that too, which I haven't even played with all of it yet. There's there's so much to do, so much can do. All right, speaking of crates, here we go. I'm gonna grab these crates. Grab some fresh ingredient packs out of there. Thank you very much. And so now you'll notice there's 2 of them. If this isn't something you're familiar with, there's 2 ingredient crates here. We've got our premium ingredient crate on the one side, and then the other side has a regular ingredient crate. And the regular ingredient crate, anybody can use. What you do is you click on it and you use the item, and it gives you 3 universal ingredient packs. And the premium one, if you are a subscriber, you can also click on that one, and that gives you 6 universal ingredient packs. So basically, you click on the 2 of them every day, and you get 9 universal ingredient packs per person. So each character can come and do this, which is pretty neat. Yeah, I'm gonna wave at my friend Affadil here. Hello. So we are 1 week away from the 2022 Lotro Spring Festival. So in my character bio, I have put the Lotro event schedule. It just makes it easy for me to find, and then anybody else can also use this as a reference. So Spring Festival is listed for March 17th through April 6th. And today is March 10th, so 10 plus 7 is 17, which means the festival should be going when we log in next Thursday for my stream. Woohoo! So that's very exciting. I'm looking forward to it because so we're on the Treebeard server, and we haven't had a full year of this server yet. It started in June 30th to be exact, and so every festival that's coming up right now is like the first time we've got this festival on this server. So it's really exciting because then, all of the cosmetics, all of the mounts, all of the housing items, like that's the first time we have them available to us on this server. So I'm doubly excited with the festivals going on as they're coming up, this year. So we've, I'm looking forward to the Spring Festival because we'll be able to do the Bees Big Business, so when you do, when festivals come around, if you go into the instance finder, and I'm going to collapse that, there are a number of different categories in the instance finder. So you've got instances, you've got non-scaling instances. Oh, thank you. You've got seasonal instances, encounters, whatever, instances, and you've got skirmishes. So the seasonal ones, now they've got 4 categories. It was only 2 for a while, but now there's 4. And so spring has 2 things, and most of them, that's the way this works, is they'll have 2 different, anniversary is new, we'll come back to that. So spring, summer, Yule, you usually have 2 different encounter or instances you can do. One that is level 10 and above. So anybody pretty much on the server, can run it. I mean, like if they're level 5, they can't yet, but once they get up a little bit further. And that one's usually a bit more lighthearted. It usually has a cute storyline of some sort going on. So Bee's Big Business we'll be running that. And then there's also what they call Boss from the Vaults, where they basically take kind of like a boss encounter from, some instance or some storyline or something that you've done before. And you do just the boss fight, though. So, for example, Naruhel the Red Maid is the one in the spring. And so it's just, you just basically, so if you've run that, it's like you go in, normally the normal thing is you go in and you go do all these things and you fight your way through, and you fight your way through this other room, and you fight your way through, and you come about, and you hit these 2 big guys, and like you're just fighting all the way through. And then eventually you get to her, and there's like this box where you open it up and it kicks you up in the air, and then you're carrying this like tray, and you have to go and put it like at the altar, and then she kind of kicks in. So it basically just starts the encounter from the point where you would have picked up the tray and run in, but you don't have to. So you're just in that antechamber, and then you go in and you fight her and her minions. So like, for example, so that's how they kind of do that. So summer Boss from the Vaults is Thrang. So you just fight Thrang. You don't have to fight your way to the room or after the room. You just do that, just that fight. And Storvagun for the Yule Festival. So you just go, you're just fighting that giant, and then you finish that, and then you're done. So, yeah, so spring we'll be able to do those, and what the Bee's Big Business will give us festivity tokens. Actually, so I think, does Boss from the Vaults also give you festivity tokens? I'm not 100% sure on that one, actually, now I think about it. But the festivity tokens you can use to buy things, and in the spring, the festivity token vendor, Verbena Greenhand, she has a mount that is so cute. Let me pull him up. He's the honey goat. Not pets. I'm looking for mounts. Honey. Sugar. There it is. Look at that. So he's like this wonderful chocolate brown guy with these bright yellow gold colored stuff that's like reminiscent of honey. And then he's got like a honey barrel on the back, and these 3 cute little honey jars that are on the side. So it's a great little mount. I like that one. So we'll be able to get that. Okay. All right. So I think, so anyway, we are not in a festival right now, as you may have guessed by my rambling on here. So we are going to do non-festival things. So I've already spoken to Wenda Cranesbill. Hi, Wenda. And I've picked up my VIP kit. Thank you very much. So nom that jug. And let me get the most recent one of my subscriber town services. We'll drop you down there. My bag's got a few things in them, but that's okay. We'll just ignore all that. That's fine. All right. So my friendly compatriots are over here. Hooray. So we're deciding what we're going to do. We thought we'd go hit things. Okay, so we have one of the things we like to do, and when I say we, I do mean the 3 of us that are here right now, is we enjoy doing Legendary Moria, Legendary Angmar. These are quests that you can only do on the legendary servers, and Treebeard that I am on is a legendary server. So Forgotten Treasury with 3. Forgotten Treasury is the one where you have to turn the statues around. And it's a little bit better with 6. I mean, we could do it if you wanted to grab some people from like LFF or something. I'd be okay with doing a pickup group. People could join us, and then we do that, and then we can go do other things.
How about showing off a crafting resource?
Oh, yeah, crafting one. Yeah.
It's only one person, but we can do it simultaneously.
Okay, sure. All right, so apparently there are some solo crafting resource instances that I don't have. I don't remember. So yeah, show me what we're doing. Tell me what we're doing, Affodil. To the 21st hall. Okay, I am going to take us to the 21st hall. At least that'll get us out of the neighborhood, if nothing else, and that way we can start. We can get things started. Because you can't. I mean, you can't enter an instance from the neighborhood because the neighborhood itself is an instance technically. So you can't do it from inside there. So you gotta at least get out of the neighborhood. So this will get us out of the neighborhood and go from there. So there are some instances, excuse me, where you're hitting things, but there's a ton of resource nodes, if this is what I recall that we're talking about here. See, we got cute goats. I mean, our goats are all right. Check that one out. The one that Affodil has, so it's similar. The honey goat is somewhat similar in that it's got like bags and stuff at various places. Oh, I'm following you. I hope I'm supposed to be. South of the 21st hall and to the east, there's little blue banners outside. Okay. We're gonna fall down somewhere? Okay. That's not a fall. I have a feeling it's coming. Oh, anyway, so Legendary Moria is a quest that you can pick up. And when you do, and this is only available in Moria, what it does is they're like, hey, go and do things in Moria or related to Moria. Oh, that's the fall. And once you do enough of them, then we're going to give you some legendary coins of Moria, which you can then turn into specific barter. There's a quartermaster, and you can get very, very specific things. I will show you after. I'll show you next time we're in the 21st hall. Oh, are we going to hit things too? Oh, you know what? I don't have my run speed on. Let me get my leafy feet. You know what? Wow, we're still dealing with falling down. Oh my. We fell down hard. Yes, our poor little hobbit ankles. Nice warm tea. Got a little bit of a chill earlier, so it's nice to have some warm. Yeah, these thingies. Okay, so let's see. Hey, Torfy, what up? All's well that ends well. Let's see. He is Torfy of the Iron Garrison, tasked with reclamation of the Shezher Thraka. Within there lies a vast store of lumber, which we could readily use to begin repairs. Unfortunately, we cannot claim the storehouse till the intruders within have been dealt with. Perhaps with your aid, we could strike terror into these intruders and drive them out. I am certain that these intruders have a leader, someone or something that holds sway over them. Quickly enter and dispatch the foe who commands the rest of those within. Okay? So... I am a forester. Wait. Yes. So the Iron Garrison has created a diversion, drawing the bulk of the intruders from the depths. They are permitting you to access for 1 hour, during which time you may enter and exit freely to complete the task bestowed upon you. However, after the hour has passed, they can no longer guarantee your safety and thus will bar access until they can once again muster an offense to draw the enemy away. All right. Okay, so, oh, hang on, this guy's got another ring. What up, yo? Oh, hey, there's more. I'll take more quests. All right, I gotta collect some delivery ledgers as I'm searching throughout here so we can learn more about this place. And hack and cleave, defeat intruders, 20 of them. Okay, all right. We're gonna go clear this place out as best we can, at least to 20 of them. Hello, Vera Games 1. How are you doing today? I am Wandering on around in Moria. So apparently this instance counts for Legendary Moria. Okay, the noises ahead suggest something else is in here with you. Yeah, a bunch of wood. Oh, that's not what they meant. Yeah, that may be the case too. Let's see, how are we doing? Okay, cool. I can one-shot those guys if I use my Heart Seeker. That's nice. And cool. So what is in here is a lot of resources. Check that out. Look at my little crisscrosses all over the place. So good. Okay, so I think I just want to collect all the wood and then we'll just hit things as well. But my primary interest is the wood. Oh, there's a delivery ledger. I gotta go pick that up too. They wanted me to get some information about this place. I can do that. Oh, he just went behind that pillar. I'm thinking I should go that way. So let's see if we can target not line of sight. Oh, because I moved. Oh, interesting. Look at that. I got some hope issue going on. Fascinating. Wow, that's some mega hope problem. Okay, well, I think it might be worth getting me a hope token. All right, so wasn't expecting that problem. Let me find my hope tokens. I have some. We used to have, when we first got on the server, they had a handkerchief that you can use, and but you're only allowed to use it up to level 50, and then it's no longer usable, which is sad. So, all right, so let me pop one of these little tokens. There we go. Get me some health back. Didn't like that, losing half my health to being, you know, nervous about the place. That's unfortunate, right? I don't want that. So, you are good. Awesome. I'm doing well myself. Thank you. Thursdays are interesting because we live in the Netherlands, and so we're taking Dutch lessons. And so it's an early morning for me, and I'm not really a morning type person. My biorhythms, I guess, as it were, definitely trend toward me staying up late and getting up late. Yeah, that was a lot of dread. That was really crazy. So Thursdays I get up early, go to class for 4 hours, and it's mostly immersive. Like, it's most of the time it's in Dutch, but there's definitely times when, like, in the class we're struggling to figure out what's going on, and so, you know, the instructors will switch to English to kind of explain something, because most of the people in the class are also proficient with English, so it's pretty funny. It's funny because I think there's more of that in this class than there was last time. We're in part 2, basically, of the classes. And I think in part 1, there was a lot more strictly English or Dutch. Like, after the second week, there was not a lot of English. There we go. But anyway, so yeah, so we're up early, busy morning, lots of, you know, I mean, learning can be intensive, right? Like, it just, you know, takes a lot of energy. Can take a lot of energy. And then I'm streaming on Thursdays, so I often take a little nap in the afternoon. How do I get upstairs? Where is the stairs? I know it's around here somewhere. I've done this before, so I know there's a stairway somewhere. Let me think. Is it back here? Oh, I think I found it. Oh, you're also late in the day? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we're the same. Oh, hang on. I proceed deeper into blah, blah, blah. Light of the entrance does things and stuff. You shall not pass. Awesome. Well, yeah, so it's dark for you. It's dark for us. Although there's just a hint of, like, the sun going down over there. It's actually quite pretty. Where it's got, you know, like that dark part at the top, and then kind of the lighter at the bottom, and you've got that kind of twilight. It's very pretty. I like that. There was a beautiful sunset recently. Come on. Wow, that deep cloud took a few minutes. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, there's some more wood. Let's go get some of that action. Oh, actually, let me do that. That way I can do both of these at the same time. Well, okay. That didn't take out both of them at the same time. There we go. That's better. I don't think I have to collect wood in order to do this instance, but like, you know, why would you not, right? Oh, it's already pitch black for you? You must be a little bit further towards like Germany and stuff, I'm guessing. Yeah, so we're in the, like I said, we're in the Netherlands. Oh, sure, we'll just do this one. Yeah, it's really funny how huge this time zone is, right? Like from the Netherlands all the way through and across Germany, and Germany's huge. Oops, I just knocked myself off the edge. I think, does it go past the other side of Germany as well? I can't remember. But yeah, it's amazing to me how many countries are in the same time zone that maybe aren't necessarily lined up, you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. Did that thing, oh, okay. They try to bury themselves sometimes. I'm like, no, 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 no. No, no. Got to put a trap on them, get them to not do that, right? I think my objective is at the end of this hallway. I have a feeling, I seem to recall this from doing this before. It's been a little while since I've done this, but it seems familiar. Like, maybe I have to keep going. Okay. Oh, and Poland is even part of the same time zone. See, it's really far. Like, that is oh, I can't go that way. It's a invisible wall. That's what it is. This hallway is what I was thinking of. I'm just gonna go around you, little digger. You don't mind. You know what I'm missing? Let's see, 3 ledgers, and I still need 3 more intruders. I'm sure I'll find, oh, there we are. You're near the end, and a twinge of dread gnaws at the back of your mind. Yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of wood here, so I'm not feeling that. That puts all the dread out of my mind. Yes, dread, but wood. Oh, I think I've been discovered. I think this Deep Claw wants to have a conversation with me at some point here. Well, we're gonna just trap you and keep you from going underground anymore, because neener, neener. All right, so we've got a big Deep Claw here, a pack leader. So let's do a little invisible, and a little bit of that, and a little bit of that. A little heart seeker. Boom! Oh, that was nice. Sweet. I defeated the leader of the intruders within. He seemed, you know, leader-esque, right? He was pretty big. He was pretty big. Oh, so the Legendary Moria, you've got to do X number out of that list. You don't have to do the whole list. It's like 12 out of the 20. And you have, so there's the basic version of it, and you've got until eternity to do it. But then once you complete it, it finishes and it gives you the stuff. But then you've got to do, it gives you, it automatically bestows on you like the same thing, but like the advanced version, and you only have a week to do that one. And then if you don't get well, regardless of whether you do that one or don't do it, you can then go back and pick up the regular one again. Let me just take this guy out. So I finished it, had the advanced one and dropped it, I think, and got the basic one again yesterday. Got it recently. But Affadil, somehow we ended up off each other, and so they've got to do another one. Oh, I still have to do another intruder. I mean, I guess I could just shoot something. I was looking for the wood, though. But I guess I don't have to collect all of the wood in the instance. But I'm being reminded that when I'm done, there's no like normal exit. I can just do portrait exit. But the nearest wood I think is below me, isn't it? Yeah. All right. And I'll just go around this way. Ho 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 ho. Give me that, give me that, give me that wood. Oh, the Lotro wiki has a helpful list of the crafting instances. Man, I love the Lotro wiki. It's a volunteer-run website. It's so good. Like, it just, there's so much information there. It's fantastic. Okay, so I have everything. So now I need to talk to the guy. So sure, I'll just portrait exit. Thanks for the reminder. Am I sure? Well, no, but I'll do it anyway. I didn't get all the wood, but that's okay. I got a bunch, and that's nice. Oh, I forgot to grab my carry-all to have it just automatically drop it in. That's okay. So, wow, Norway and Sweden are in UTC+1, and Germany and Poland and the Netherlands. That is a large, like, geographic area. It's kind of wild. I was still getting damaged by something. Hey, Torfy. Good news. Tale of Timber. The dwarves of Khazad-dûm were once mighty merchants doing business with peoples on both sides of the Misty Mountains. The information contained within these ledgers gives us an opportunity to seek our former trade partners, begin the process of establishing ourselves as merchants of great repute once again. Hurrah! All right, and then I got all's well that ends well. With the defeat of their leader, we have already observed disarray among the remaining intruders. We should have no difficulty reclaiming the storehouse. Excellent. And you appear to be a more capable warrior than I. Of course, I will only admit this between you and me. A dwarf has to maintain his reputation. Now that the intruders within have been thinned, we can more fully explore it. Happily, this means my efforts are ahead of schedule, and for that, you deserve a reward. Hurrah! So he's giving me some reputation with themselves, but also some legendary item experience, and then Iron Garrison token, resource tokens. I'll show you that in a second, but I wanted to... So here's the new legendary item reward track, and so this legendary item experience is going to apply to this. So I'm going to scooch along. So this is where I'm at. I'm currently earning like right there. So let me see if I can put this where you can still see it. There we go. So I will finish now. You can watch the little bar. It'll go up a little bit. Oop, do you see? Moved a little bit. Oh, that's not bad. The way I got to as much legendary experience that I have on there is partly through this, but also through doing consuming the legendary item bucks. Look at you two. Okay, so I think this reputation trader is where I take those coins, right? I can get a Lothlorien gold leaf. Is it the kind of gold leaf that you put on cakes and stuff? What is this guy? He's not a trader, is he? No, he's a you could go in and get stuff guy. Oh, here it is. What about these Iron Garrison resource cache? Missing required key. Oh, I think you have to do both of them, and then you get a key, and you can open the cache. All right, well, you know what? I'm just going to trade my tokens for a gold leaf. Why not? Why not? Boom. I'm sure I will find good use of that gold leaf. All right, so Affadil, you just finished Legendary Moria, right? Do you need to go back to the 21st Hall and get...
Next is auto.
It auto-bestowed it?
I have it.
Fantastic. Okay. Bam. I was going to see if we needed to go to the 21st Hall to get the new one, but awesome. Okay, we're going to go do some 3-person instances. This one is the Battle of the Deep Way. Ooh, excuse me. So yeah, Legendary Moria is 12 out of the list of 24. Now it's an interesting way that they do it because, for example, the ones I've already done are no longer on the list, but it doesn't tell me which ones I've already done. It just removes them from the list for that go round. So until I actually complete this, it's just, these are the ones you have left. So, all right, shall we go ahead and get Broger started? Oh, I guess I could consume some foods and things. That's usually a good idea. And talk to Broger. Oops. Wait, do we need to pick up a quest? Does We're Willing need to go get the quest? Oh, she got it. Okay, sweet. All right, ready? We look ready. So you traded off your minstrel for your guardian one day to finish the class quest in the Grand Stair. Ah, that's how we ended up one off. Got it. So, oh, with the legendary stuff, it's generally half rounded, half of the list. Because legendary Angmar is kind of like 20 or so, and then you have to do 10. North Barricade. So all of the stuff that we're doing to finish this Legendary Moria, everything that's on that list is going to be Moria related. So this is the Battle of the Deep Way that we are doing. And there's going to be 3 waves at these various locations. So we are up here in the north section, and then there will be a south section down there. And so there's 3 waves, and then they attack you from either the middle or the other one usually. It tends to bounce back and forth. Oh, Legendary Angmar had 19, you had to do 10. Okay. He's still, there we go. Hi. That was awesome. I had his attention for a moment. I love it. Just kite him back and forth. So we'll get a thing, and then we'll get an announcement here of when we're supposed to go to the next one. But generally after 3, it usually switches. So we can prepare. They might send us back here, but usually it switches around. And then you've got these little flag thingies you can pick up. Yeah, see, enemies are moving against the central camp. So you can pick up these little banner things, and you can consume them during the battle. You just put them out, and it gives you your group a bonus of some sort, like helps you with health, or helps you with DPS, or something. Oh, there we go. Encounter. The temperature begins to rise beyond the south barricade as Burntail wanders in. All right. Do we want to all go? You'll grab it. Okay. Looks like Affadil's going to go get it. And one of the things you can do is sometimes you can get their attention and run back, and they'll come close to here, and we can shoot them from the central area. So that's kind of convenient. So that way you don't have to send everybody. Although one time we did that, and yeah, it was one of the, what was it, like a large creature, and it couldn't come through. So, okay, enemies are moving against the south barricade, so we want to go down that way anyway. We're coming to meet you. Oh, and you went ahead and just took out Burntail. Anyway, nice. Well done. Okay, so now see how we're at the south, and the enemies are coming in the south. And let me show you the map. See, down here. Boop, bloop. Oh, I got somebody's attention. Surprise. I try not to because I prefer to let the tank gather them all and then, take them all out. So I try not to get aggro, actually. It's hard as a hunter to, not shoot first. But I've gotten better. Oh, we just have the Berserker left? Oh. He's going to absorb stuff for a little while. I think it's a timed thing. Oh, now he's hittable. Awesome. Doo-doo. I like our little assistants. My archer's name is Archer. And where Willow's assistant is less than brilliant. Because sometimes you know how pets kind of go wandering a bit. Get stuck on things, all of that funny stuff. Let me see if I have these banners. I already have that one. Do I already have this one? Well, I guess I should start using the banner of the Valiant Heart. Okay. I should use that because once I use it, I can pick up the other one and use it. Which is nice. Daywalker is invulnerable as long as he has minions alive. Oh, I thought we had them all down, but maybe it was just a slight delay. That is not surprising. Enemies ahead. I know. Thank you. All right, we have a few moments to gather our breath before the next wave arrives. I'm going to go ahead and just flop that down so I can get those out of my way for a minute. Right. So now's the time to like get your health back and take potions if you're low and all that kind of stuff. The new legendary items are really good. So it seems like we don't find ourselves running into that as much. Yes, all 5 seconds that he has minions alive before we take them out. Are you okay where you are in your country? Yes, I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking. That's very kind. Oops, sorry, I lost track of where the south is. Call me less than brilliant here. Get lost with our pets. Yeah, we're in the Netherlands. So I don't know what country you're in, but I'm from the United States, and so when I think of distances, I kind of think of distances for. I relate it to how far away things are in the U.S. Right? And so from like Amsterdam, which is the capital of the Netherlands, to drive to Kyiv in the Ukraine would be like the same amount of distance it would be to drive from, say, Denver to Columbus, Ohio. And I've done that drive before. So I know, I have like in my mind, I can be like, okay, I know what that distance is like. And so from that perspective, it feels nearby. I mean, it's like anything, right? When there's something happening near you, you feel it. So it's really, there's been a lot of people wanting to help in this area of the world, which has been fantastic. Yes, it's like a 16, 18-hour drive, something like that. I know, it's a ways. So there's a lot of like countries are just opening up their homes and finding places for refugees to go and stuff like that. So yeah, it's been, I mean, I like, for example, I love the Lotro community because it is very much a community, and I feel like that's kind of what's going on right now in the part of the world where I am. Okay, hang on. There's an encounter down the tunnel by the north barricade. All right, I'll stay here in the center if y'all want to run and grab that. Sure. I'll just stay here. Because I thought we had another assault coming. Did I miss it? Let me check hang on, let me check my stuff. Yeah, central camp, lieutenant. Yep, I think there might be another central, or usually there's 3, but there was just the one. Oh, north. I will go north, which is where everybody else is anyway. I'm coming. So yeah, there's been a real outpouring of desire to help by people all over this area. In the Netherlands and Germany and Poland and like all over this part of the world. And it's been, it warms your heart to see that. Yeah, yeah, no worries, Longthorian Lord. I appreciate your concern. It touches more parts of your life than you expect. For example, in our Dutch classes, we have people from all over who are learning Dutch for various reasons. Like, we're learning it because we live here, we want to integrate, we want to become, a part of the society, a good functioning part of the society. And not being able to speak the language, it gets in the way. For example, we can't read the local newspaper very easily. I mean, and not that there's like necessarily, world-changing things happening in the local newspaper, but still, you want to know what's going on, right? And so little things like that. Because people are like, oh, you don't need to learn Dutch in the Netherlands, everybody speaks English. And I mean, to a point, yes. But not everybody speaks English, and not everybody's comfortable speaking English. The news isn't in English. So like if I'm watching the news, if I want to watch the news, they're talking about like how wolves have been reintroduced to the Netherlands. Well, not purposefully necessarily, but they didn't stop them either. there's a whole bunch of information about that. And I kind of get the gist of some of it, but, like, I don't know exactly what they're talking about. Like, are they happy about it? Are they not happy about it? I don't know. So, being able to speak the language, it's that much more detail of understanding, right? Understanding the graffiti, for example. Hi, Elda, how are you? So we definitely are interested in becoming more proficient with Dutch here, but not everybody's. And it's really fascinating because in our class, we have like 12 people in our class, and there's a lot of different reasons why people are taking Dutch, and some people have been in the Netherlands for like 3 months, and some of us, like us, we've been here for like 3.5 years. Somebody else in our class has been around for 4 years, and we have people from all over. So we have some folks from Syria. We have somebody from the Ukraine. We have somebody from Russia. We have people from all over, and so they have friends, they have family that are all over this world, and so we're all so connected, right? Yeah. But thank you for asking, and I appreciate your concern. And yes, we are doing fine. We are doing just fine. Oh, a chamber shudders as a goblin sappers break through the wall. So this is the word indicating this is the end of the instance. There's a big bad down here. We're gonna go take him out. Oh, yeah, he hasn't taken it yet. I'm gonna put down every last banner that I have because they're only good for now. Once the instance is over, there's no way to use them up. So I just drop them all. Oh, you're supposed to stay within the effects of the purple to negate his rage. So many banners. Like, look at all those effects on the ground. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's good stuff. All right, so Elda is having lunch. You're having leftover sandwich from Tuesday's outing downtown after a doctor appointment. Turkey and lettuce and Swiss with mayo. Oh, that does sound good. Yeah, I know, right? Nobody asked yet, but they were gonna. They were. Hey, Elda, what you having for lunch? He says, it was a glorious battle, one that shall be long remembered. The orcs thought that they could use trickery to gain the upper hand, but they could not stand in the face of our combined might. Now let us finish our business here and see what else we can do to push back these foul orcs. Okay. All right, so that was the Battle of the Deep Way. And that one's fun. It's a a defense based thing, kind of like Siege of Gondomar as well, where you run over here, defend this, run over here, defend this, run over here, defend this, run over there, defend that, which is cool, which is very cool. I enjoy those. I like the tower defense kinds of games and instances. Way of the Smith sounds great. Oh, hey. Why am I seeing goodies nearby? Where's that? Oh, it's inside there. Huh, probably. Never mind. So we had dinner already, because as I mentioned, we're in Europe. Not England, in Europe. I lived in England for 2 years. I tell you, it's so funny, because when you are, at least for me, learning another language, you basically deconstruct the language that you know. And at least in this instance, that's what's happening for me, is I'm basically deconstructing English and reconstructing it sometimes. And I find sometimes my brain takes words and it's like, I know the word, I don't know the word I'm trying to go for, but I know there's words that are all sound similar or look similar or have a similar sound or whatever, right? Or a similar root. And I end up coming up with the wrong word sometimes. So I'm trying to say Europe and I say England because they both start with an E. My brain goes, oh, you're looking for an E word. Try that one. It's no, that's not the right one. Try a different one. I mean, it is a location-based E-word. Good call, right? So, but yes, we are in Europe. So we had dinner already, as opposed to Elda, who is in the US and is just having lunch. The question mark on my toolbar near my bag pops the ticket option. Oh, sorry, I'm catching up. How do you report someone in Lotro? Oh, so yes, so as she is mentioning, hear me follow, Affidel for a second. Down here on the bottom, you can see I have a little question mark here. And yeah, you click on that and it takes you to online help. And here it says help. It takes you to the website, which, yeah, so the help function that was in the game and the help function that was on the website have been combined. So now they don't have two different help systems that they're trying to do. Oh, you should probably go take us to Weir Willow. And so, yeah, so you go into this and do your little sign in thing. So make sure you do the sign in thing at some point. And so it's the normal thing here where you, let's see, technical help, get help. I think it's that one, right? Yeah, you click on the, select, I have a problem with a character quest item or another player, says B4. So, yeah, if you haven't used this one, if you only use the in-game one, I like this one because it's a lot easier to then go back and take a look at the tickets and you have more information that way. So hopefully that'll work out for you. Hopefully you'll find that you like it too. But yeah, so that's the way you do a report now. It's all combined. Yeah, and Elda is great with knowing all sorts of those sorts of things. Oh, are we, they're moving against the northern forge. Where am I? Oh, I'm on the western forge. All's clear on the western forge. But I suppose I should go to the north and help out. So yeah, do contact support at the bottom, and yeah, and then what before said, select I have a problem with a character quest item or another player. Yeah, well, that's a bummer that you're experiencing an unhappiness there. Oh, I finished a thing. Yeah, I sometimes report folks, if it's really obvious and overt, I have reported people. Okay. It's been a while. And I have to say, Treebeard is great. Like, you rarely run into anybody being obnoxious or trying to, like, you know, be mean to people. I appreciate that. Oh, I finished that deed. Let's go ahead and close that. Some sky person is being rude. Well, good luck with that. Yeah, just, you know, put your ticket in and make sure you give as much information as you can. Like, you know, if you can quote exactly, you know, like copy and paste the quote of what happened is nice. Timestamp is good. Obviously, what server were you on and a location. Like, as much information as you can provide, because they don't necessarily have the ability to pull up things with that. Like, a needle in a haystack is really what you gotta think of it, as a needle in a haystack. So give them as much help as you can to find that needle in that haystack. Oh, all right, sweet. Yeah, that's true. The ignore feature is nice. I do make use of that sometimes. So you would you go and you right click on the person's name, and then ignore is one of the options. And then it's interesting because in your social tab, it's under friends, which is kind of the opposite, but your ignore tab is there next to your friends tab, and you can see who all you've listed, and you can put a note as to like why, in case you want to remember why you ignored them. I have found, and I should put a bug report in on this. I keep meaning to, but I keep not doing it. I'm finding the notes feature in the social tab is not working for me. So I probably should put in a bug report, but I just haven't. It's such a low priority. I mean, notes are really handy, absolutely, but they're not like game breaking or anything. So I've been like, yeah, I'll get around to it. Yeah, sometimes the way somebody else communicates just doesn't work out. Oh, the fires of the Western Forge have died out. Use the bellows to rekindle them. Okay. Wait, west would be this way. What's the weather like here? Dark. It was very sunny today, though. It was quite lovely today. It was crazy because started off, it was like 1 degree. Now this is Celsius. And when we got out of class, it was like 15. Like, that was crazy. I did not expect a temperature swing of that magnitude today. But to be fair, I haven't looked at the weather recently. We had some crazy weather a couple weeks ago, like huge Atlantic storms and stuff come through, like knock some fences down, knock some trees down. Like, things were really crazy for a while. And there was 3 storms in a row that came through, and the middle one was the worst. So it was chaotic. So I was paying a lot more attention to the weather during that time because it was something that I was needed to pay attention to. But it's definitely quieted down again. We get a lot of sun for being the Netherlands, where you think it's supposed to rain all the time. It does not rain all the time. We get a lot of sun. And we do get rain. Like, don't get me wrong, we definitely get rain. But it's funny, it's like, we'll get rain and then it'll clear up. It doesn't tend to just like pour around here much. It tends to, like, you get a drizzle and then it clears a little bit, and then you get another drizzle and then it clears a little bit. So like if you're trying to go somewhere and you're like, I don't really want to go out in the rain, just wait a little bit and it'll probably be a clear spot. So I've gotten used to that. Plus the rain's not, like I said, it doesn't tend to like downpour kind of thing. So even if you do go out and there's like a little drizzle or something, like, it's not a big deal. You don't get that wet. And then you get wherever you're going and then you dry off, and yeah, it doesn't, I don't know. It's so funny because I bicycle some here. Affidavit bicycles a lot more than I do. Is really good about that. But I'm like on Twitter and stuff. I interact with people who are very also into like, hey, bicycling is awesome. We should do more of this. And there's a lot of people that are very like afraid of bicycling in the rain. Oh, beating wings and hiss of serpents beneath the platform. Da, da, da. And it's really funny because I guess there's a part of me that probably was like that before. Was probably like, I don't want to go out in the rain. I don't want to get wet, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm like, it's nothing. Like, like, yeah. And sometimes people, like, I watch, there's a BBC reporter, and she does a thing called Dutch News from the Cycle Path. So she's riding her bike here in the Netherlands, and she's doing like a 1 to 2 minute quick news brief on the headlines, basically, what's going on. And Anna Halligan, and it's so funny because sometimes she'll be, and it's raining or whatever. She's got this fantastic giant hood on her coat that she will pull up, and people are in the comments. You can tell they're not Dutch because they'll be like, "Wow, you're out riding in the rain? How is that? How is that possible?" Like, they just seem so astonished by this idea. I'm like, that's like hardly any rain. What? Also, we don't melt. Like, I'm not the Wicked Witch of the West or something, right? It's so funny. So I like the weather here quite a lot. It doesn't get below 0 very often. Like, occasionally it does, below freezing. Excuse me. But for the most part, it's very temperate. It's, yeah, so like I mentioned before, I'm from the U.S. I lived most of my life in Colorado. And Colorado in recent, decades for sure, recent decade, I would say, definitely, has gotten, oh, hey, I think I just finished Legendary Moria, the basic. Because I think Vanquishing the Deep. That's the... Wait. Yeah, I think that's the reset. Is that right? Legendary Moria, Vanquishing the Deep is the advanced one, I think. The one where you only got a week to do it. Oh, I should make sure I touch the dude. The corpse is a treasure chest. All right.
Say advanced if it's advanced.
Oh.
Have you looked?
Well, it popped up, so that's why I was like, what's going on?
You've made progress on it.
I made progress on it. Okay. Okay, cool. Let me pull that up. Hang on a second. So anyway, yeah, Colorado has gotten crazy hot and crazy cold since I was a kid, for sure. No, it just says Legendary Moria, Vanquishing the Deep, Legendary Moria. Okay, it's not the advanced one. I'm still working on it. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, I wouldn't have finished it because I just picked it up like yesterday or the day before or something like that. So it's gotten to the point where like Colorado will get... Now the funny thing is I can only do Fahrenheit when I'm thinking about the US, but I can only do Celsius when I'm thinking about here. So here it gets between like freezing and, okay, let's do this in Fahrenheit, to like 90, 95-ish degrees, I think. And that is extreme. Like it'll get to be like 85 in the summer. Like that's normal, but it rarely gets to like 95 or 100 around here. But occasionally, like we were in an apartment before we moved into this house, and it didn't have, I mean, it doesn't have air conditioning or anything like that. Like these are a lot of old buildings. And we did have some very warm days where it's just like, you know, you're just trying to make sure you drink plenty of water and, you know, stay hydrated, all of that. Now where we are here, we actually have a little air conditioning unit in the bedroom, in the master bedroom, but we moved in August here, and we didn't end up using it because it didn't get hot enough that we needed it, because we're in the middle, we're in a series of row houses, like what you might think of as townhomes, and so we're in the middle, and so we get buffered on both sides, you know, so it doesn't get quite so hot through here. And there's enough trees and stuff around that it seems to create a really nice natural breeze through here. And yeah, it was crazy when we were checking out the house, like just how much cooler it was here was crazy. Oh, I was supposed to look at something. Hang on a second. So you're chilly and rainy today, high of 52, equivalent of 12 Celsius. See, that's not bad, right? That seems like pretty comfortable. Oh, yeah, let me see if I can do the thing that we were just talking about. I don't have Twitch up, Elda. I have Chatty. Oh, we have goblins trying to break into a vault. Down, down, down. I'll follow Herbie for a minute while I try and make websites happen. It's something I need to look at, apparently. Well, can you log into mine?
Yep, what did you want
Okay. All right, B4's gonna do. Oh, whoops, I'm on the other side of a wall. Sorry. Me and Herbie over here hanging out, running into a wall. Yeah, that's fine, Willow. That's totally fine. Hey, Willie, what's up, yo? Okay. No worries, Zelda. So I don't actually have Twitch up. I just use Chatteroo. But before has Twitch up, if that is useful to you. Oh, hey, cool. Yeah, right. There's those things I finished. Yay, finishing things. Oh, yeah, grab some banners. Grab some banners. I like to grab banners. Banners are cool. Oh, we have another goblin sapper. Gotta catch that guy before he gets far. But they always spawn, like, the group will spawn over there. So a lot of times what we end up doing is sending, like, well, pretty much everybody, but especially the tank. And they just take everybody out. So the only thing you have to worry about is if, like Defense of the Prancing Pony, they don't always spawn from the exact same spot. And so if you were to send everybody out, you might miss something. So that you'd want to be careful about. I am not terribly proficient with Chatty Elda. Oh, okay. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. Okay, yeah. Oh, totally. Sorry, I'm like vague talking here. Yeah, anytime you want to like actually communicate with me, do it through B4. It's the easiest, unless you want to just hop in and send me an IM in the game. Which I can't say that I will like 100% notice either, because I've got the sound down a little bit. Yes, okay, so, all right, so what were we talking about? We're talking about weather. Weather here is good. Weather in Colorado's hot, crazy hot. Like when I was a kid, like nobody had air conditioning. Nobody needed it because it never got that hot. And I don't remember it being so cold. Like I remember I lived in Iowa for 3 years and Iowa was cold. Like I think I got frostbite when I was like, 11 years old or so, because there's some things that I'm like, my fingers act as though they have had frostbite in their lives. That kind of thing. So that was a yes, Elda. That was absolutely a yes. Anyway, so yeah, it feels like I got frostbite when I was in Iowa, but I never got that in Colorado. And I walked to and from school in Colorado when I was like a little kid. So that's, yeah. But here it pretty much stays warmer than the coldest and cooler than the hottest, which I love. I love it. I mean, I remember in the mid 90s in Denver, I was living in Denver, because Denver is a little bit warmer than Colorado Springs, and Colorado Springs is where I grew up. And in Denver, like, because it's lower, and so it gets warmer. Also, it is more of an urban area, and so it doesn't, it gets that urban heating, unfortunately, because people cut down all the trees and put down parking lots. It's like the song says. And so it does make it provides more heat in the summer, which is too bad. So I would go to work in the mornings and I would like close up all the windows and all the curtains and everything and leave everything closed. And then when I get home, we would leave everything closed. And then after the sun went down and it started to cool down, that's when we would start to open up the windows and everything and get the breeze through, and then leave the windows open overnight to cool it off in the apartment, and then do it all again the next day. It was really crazy. All right, now what do we need to do? Talk to Willie again. Okay. Willie or won't he? So Elda, do you have a link? Do you have a paragraph? Do you have a command? All right, so Willie says, word comes from the northern hallway that the enemy is preparing for an assault there. We must go at once. What remains of the advance guard must deal with any further assaults against the 21st hall proper. Okay, so we're going to follow him. He's going to take us to the hallway. Okay, so funny thing, yes. What's the best food around here? Well, a food that we like quite a lot is called capsalon, which is funny. So Capsalon is like a hair cutter. So there's that. But apparently the lore is that a hair cutter was going to their local like cafeteria is kind of what they call it here, which would be kind of like a fast food-ish, but more like making it fresh. Anyway, they would get, which was French fries on the bottom, and then like salad type things like lettuce and tomato and onion, along with donor meat and cheese on top and baked. It's quite tasty. And so they kept getting that, and so it became called the Capsalon. And so that's everybody, yeah, that's what it's called when you go to your local cafeteria. Yeah, you get a Capsalon. Oh, I gotta talk to Willie also. Man, guy wants to talk to everybody. All right, he's gonna complete preparations here. If the hallway follows the chamber, will be our final hope. Well, this doesn't sound great. This is where they could not get out. I don't like this idea. Okay, so this is really important. Eldalef posted here, and I will read this out. It says, many of you are familiar with MVP, either from seeing them stream here on the channel previously, or since they joined the SSG/Lotro Quality Assurance Team, the QA team. They are having surgery tomorrow, which would be the 11th of March. And so MVP has a GoFundMe set up to help with the high costs of the deductible of said surgery, because they live in the United States, and surgeries come with often high copays and all of that. So yeah, you can read about it on their GoFundMe page. They have a lot of information, or he has a lot of information on his GoFundMe page. I was really impressed because, I mean, surgery is already, a little bit of a touchy subject perhaps. And he goes into a lot of detail about his personal story and why, he's having the surgery and everything. So if you want to have more knowledge about, why is he asking for help, it's all laid out there, really nicely done. And yeah, you can go and just help pitch in. So Elda says, we are trying to spread the word because the last thing he needs to be thinking about while recovering is finances. Because if any of you have ever had surgery before, you'll know that you often have to take time off of work as well. And that is, will definitely be on his mind also. The fact that he's missing work, and he really loves his job. Like, he loves working at SSG, and he loves the work that he does, which is amazing, right? Like, it's so heartening when you see somebody who has found a job that they love to do, and that's where he's at, and so that's really neat. So I definitely want to support him, and he's just a nice guy. He's a nice guy. So yeah, $5,000 deductible. Elda says, yeah, hers was $2,000, and that felt high in and of itself. No kidding. Thank you, Elda, for posting that. So yes, so we're spreading the word and shared. Awesome. So both Cord and MVP have given their permission for us to share the information, the link here on the stream, and spread the word. So feel free to grab that link, tell your friends, put it in your Discords that you know. Yeah, I mean, every little thing just helps, right? Yeah, it's annoying when you've got like surgery and stuff, and then you also have to be spending so much time thinking about the finances as well. We have defended against the fourth assault. We should go back to Willie for more directions. I had, like, this is a while ago now, but it feels recent, but it's not. I had gallbladder surgery at one point, and I was working a job where I had like 1 week of vacation time. I also had, 2 kids and a husband, and they also often had needs. And so my 1 week of vacation time was very precious, but I saved it and used it for my gallbladder surgery. Let's talk to Willie real quick. Okay, the outlook is foul. The horde seems endless, and we are all that remains here. This really doesn't sound good. Ruh-roh. I think we should put down some banners, you know? That's always my answer. Put down a banner. We'll just start throwing them all down. So I had like Monday through Friday off. So like I had the surgery on like the Monday, and then I had the rest of the week off. And then I had to go back to work the following Monday, and I was not like, I should not have been going back to work right away, but didn't have a choice, right? Which is really, really sad. So that was really frustrating to have to be like taking care of kids and recovering from surgery and planning to go back to work. So my, I feel for him on that. So yes, so anybody who wants to help him out, I encourage you to do so. He's a good person doing stuff that he loves to do, and I want to support that in people's lives. Yes, and yeah, MVP's pronouns, he prefers he and they. Hey, we have a warg writer there. Oh, I don't need it. I don't need that. Okay. Oh, yes. Ginjar, I see what you're saying. But yes, MVP does prefer now to be called, use pronouns that are he and they, which is part of this journey. And you can read all about it on the GoFundMe. Okay. Yes, the United States insurance system is a bit messed up. Yeah. Another reason I'm grateful to be here. Now, it is hilarious, though, because, okay, so one of the things we're learning about in our Dutch class, like, they teach us language and vocabulary and, like, sentence structure, like how to put together a sentence and when the sentence looks like this or when the sentence looks like that, and, you know, where the verbs go, where the subject goes, all those little details. But we usually do something that has, like, some context also that deals with culture. So this week, a lot of the exercises involve the doctor's office, like how to make an appointment with the doctor's office, how to tell them that you're having pain, what to expect. When do you call the doctor's office? When do you call the emergency number? When do you call this after hours thing? I'm good with whatever. School. Ooh, Battle of Lorien pre-quest though. Are those group quests? Yeah. Ik heb hoofdpijn. You know, things like that. Take us to the 21st hall? Can do. Yeah, so it's really interesting because I like I said, I come from the United States, right? And so I'm used to the system there where, you know, antibiotics have been given out a lot. There's a lot of various prescription drugs. I mean, you've got all of that stuff where the pharmaceutical companies are sending the representatives in to talk to doctors, you know, regularly, giving them free samples and, you know, giving them, they can't call them kickbacks, but financial incentives for prescribing their particular brand, right? Things like that, right? So I have come from that system. And to come here, it's really funny because they're like, the general approach is that your body will take care of it. It'll be fine on its own. If it's a big deal, we'll figure something out. But most of the time, it's take some paracetamol and maybe go to bed. You know, maybe go to sleep, go to bed. And if that doesn't work, call me back. You know, in a couple days or whatever. So it's really funny. Are you going somewhere? Oh, we're going to Akkad Khan. Oh, before I run out there, I was going to show everybody. So this is the quartermaster for the Legendary Moria. And when you collect your Legendary Moria tokens, you can barter with this guy here, and he has these various things. So the Cloak of the Watcher, there's a frame, portrait frame. There's a title, which is finishes a deed. And then there's the Stone Troll the second and the Laden Butcher's Table, which I'll explain here in a minute. Okay, so I need to get myself out to Head and Estelle, which is that one. Cool, cool, cool. On my way. Sorry for the delay. Zelda says, the doctors have learned not to do that with me because by the time they have managed to see me again, I'm sick as a dog and they have a tough time even getting me over the infection or whatever it is, right? Yeah, and I'm also used to, the American system where I'm like, hey, I have pain, and they're like, yeah, sure you do. And I'm like, no, really? There's something going on. Like it took years before my gallbladder problems were diagnosed as being gallbladder. Like nobody figured out it was gallbladder for a long time. My celiac issues, nobody figured that out, actually. I figured it out. And then when I had health insurance again, because I had a job that had health insurance, which again, don't even get me started on that ridiculous system. No, your job should not be where you have your health insurance. Just leave it at that. That's my opinion. Yeah, like a friend of mine in the US, she has a kidney. She has she got an extra kidney. And so she like does dialysis and stuff like that sometimes. And so her health is you have to be very careful because like if she gets sick, she could get really, really sick. And her husband has the health insurance through his job. And because of pre-existing conditions and all of that, he could never leave his job, even if he wanted to, because that was how her health and all of those things were covered. It was that is nuts. That is absolutely nuts, right? Yeah, so I'm very grateful that, work is not what ties it up. Anyway, so I figured out that I had celiac. I figured out that was the root of a number of my problems. And so when I had health insurance again, I went and talked to my doctor, and I was like, hey, I have these symptoms. And this is all the details that I have of, how long I've had these symptoms and blah, blah, blah. And then here's what I did, and here's the result. And he's like, yes, I agree, you have celiac. It's like, yes. Now, B4 does point out that it is easier for people here in the Netherlands to get a follow-up appointment. So, for example, if you go and, if you make an appointment and they spend their 10, 15 minutes, whatever, with you, and they determine that they need to spend more time with you and looking into it more deeper, doing a deeper examination, that sort of thing, then they'll have you make a follow-up appointment. But like I finally got around to making an appointment, because the other part I was going to say is that I also got used to doctors in the US, especially when I was like a teenager and a young adult. Were basically, I would say I have a thing and they're like, take some antibiotics. And then the antibiotics would finish and then I'd still be sick. And, it was like my fault. And then other times it would be like, just not being believed. And that's really frustrating, or not being listened to. And that's also very frustrating. So I am shy about going to the doctor and talking to them because I don't want to be not believed or not listened to, because that's, like I said, very frustrating. What we doing? I have her, apparently. But the doctors here, I have found, really, like, they look you in the eye and they listen to what you're saying and they ask questions. They ask questions that make it really obvious that they're paying attention, which it just feels so good. The paths of Karas Galadrin. You have earned the trust of my people. Let me know if you have a desire to see the beauty of Karas Galadrin. Okay. Well, that's exciting. I'll say yes. Very well. You may now pass in if you so desire. Well, golly, thanks. Hey, I'm a friend of the Golden Wood. Neato. Hey, Bert. Hey, Bert. All right. Well, let's go ahead and say hi to these people. as I jump through their gate. They're like, oh, who let the hobbits in? All right, which one are we? Am I picking up all three of these? What to be doing? 1, 2, and 3 are here. Okay, so we're preparing for the Battle of Lothlorien. So this is Lothlorien Preparations 1. We have to collect some battle plans. So it seems clear to us now that the orcs of Moria are planning an attack upon the Golden Wood, and the more prepared we are for it, the better our defenses will be. Search out orcs and goblins wherever you find them on the outskirts of Lothlorien and throughout Moria, and collect anything that might give us insight into their battle plan. And we'll spread the word to other adventurers like yourself, and the more we can learn, the better prepared we can be. Okay, here's Lothlorien Preparations 2. The orcs are going to attack Lothlorien, that much is clear. It is still unknown when they will do so, but this foreknowledge will give us the strength to oppose them whenever it comes. Many of their strongest fighters dwell in the deepest and darkest dungeons of Moria, the forges of Khazad-dûm, Forgotten Treasury, Grand Stair, and the 16th Hall. Defeat orcs and goblins in those dungeons, and return to me confident in the knowledge that we have weakened their attack somewhat. Okay. And Lothlorien Preparations 3. I do not know when the attack from the orcs will come, but it's surely coming soon. I worry for my brothers at the outposts on the border of Fanudal, for that land is exposed to the west, and from there the attack is likely to be launched. I've been gathering supplies just outside the entrance out here, so if you carry some of these supplies to the base of Talon Fadden Hall, I will appreciate it, and so will my brethren. And then 4 is over here, right? Trevidiel? Okay. Oh no, that's the City of the Golden Wood. Is that the one I need to take? No. Okay. Okay, we're just doing preparations. We'll come back and talk to all the people about this lovely, lovely city. Well, anyway, so last week I finally got around to making an appointment about some stuff because I've got various aches and pains that are just getting worse, and I should probably do something about them. Oh, are we going up? Are you? Oh, nope. Okay. I almost fell off. I was following you. Apparently I should not follow you. Okay. We're going to be going slow here because I'm slow on this, so yeah, I'll just hang on. I do this one really slow. I do all these really slow. I fall off a lot. Anyway, I finally went online yesterday and made an appointment, and my appointment's on Monday. Like, it was a week and a smidge, but that's okay. It wasn't an urgent one, so I've been putting it off for a while. And if she needs to do like a follow-up or send me to a specialist or something like that, like it's pretty quick. It's usually not months and months away. It's usually like weeks. So I appreciate that. That's even in the middle of all this, you know, when people were trying not to make too many doctor's appointments. It's not so bad now as now. I don't think like more doctors' offices have a little bit more open space, I think, than they did. It was getting a little crazy for a while. Oh, hey, I've discovered Tulane Galadrim. All right, I think I'm not going to fall off at that point. All right, cool, I made it up. Here is 4. Ah, okay, hi. Hey, dude. The orcs, okay, this is Lothlorien's Preparations 4. The orcs of Moria are a matter of great concern, and we need to be prepared for the attack that is surely coming. Pick up a crate from the stack and carry it to Celophind at the entrance to the city. Be careful, you will not be able to climb any ladders while you're carrying the crate. Okay, fine. All right. So, shall I grab a crate? And we'll try this. We'll try this. Oh yeah, one of our assignments, I'm gonna follow you for a second though. Yeah, one of our Dutch language class assignments was, yeah, to write a letter to your boss, a mock email to your boss telling him that you're sick and you won't be in to work tomorrow. I didn't actually get that done. It's basically a lot of these things are due on like a Thursday, but if you turn it in on Tuesday, that's okay. And I usually get mine in on Thursday, but I did not get it done yesterday. Whoop. All right, I lost you, so I will continue making my way down. Oh, hi, thanks. Okay, found you again. I do love watching the little hobbits like running down when they're carrying stuff. Like they bounce. It's too cute. You remember that from Germany, Elda? Yeah, getting an initial appointment can be tough. Dermatology for regular skin check. The nearest one was in January, booked until August. Wow. Yeah. Now, when I lived in the UK, I did have an appointment made for me to go get. I had a bump on my wrist, and they were gonna do something about it. And it's funny because I did end up in a queue, and that was gonna take a little while. All right, thanks for the supplies. And when they, I got the letter or whatever saying, hey, we can take you in for that. And we had just moved back to the US. So that was kind of funny. Like, timing on that one. Yeah, we have to write a mock email saying that you're sick and won't be in. And then another one, I think, saying that your kid is homesick or something like that. Or yeah, to the school about your child being sick or something like that. So, so like I said, I really appreciate in our Dutch classes that it's kind of like real world stuff. We and sometimes we do like mock stuff in class. There was a really funny one where it was about like going shopping, and so we had like one person was pretending to be like the cheese shop, and one person was pretending to be like, I don't know, the grocery store, and another person was like the butcher shop or something like that. And so you have like, because we have these little tables in our classroom, and they're small enough, they're like IKEA tables basically, and you can just pick them up and move them really easy. Yeah, and so we just kind of like ended up like making small little stalls in a way. So anyway, so a student would be standing there, and like the other students, we were supposed to kind of wander from shop to shop, and yeah, so whose turn is it basically, because you don't like take numbers necessarily at the shop. Like you walk in, and the person who's running the shop or running the stall or whatever generally keeps an idea on whose turn it is. Like that's kind of a cultural thing. But sometimes, they won't be sure, and they'll be like, whose turn is it? So wie is on de beurt, like who is the turn? Whose turn is it? And yeah, it's definitely usually got like a wie is on the beurt, like there's like just really wie is on the beurt. So we had a lot of fun with that. And then like, they'll tell you like, oh, okay, this, what do you want? Okay, here, how much it is, and take your cash, and here's your change, and would you like the bag for that? So we had a lot of fun with that. And then, so Anders nog iets. Yes, is there anything else? So we learned a lot of cute little phrases that we use amongst ourselves now. And one of them is a tas is a bag. And so like a tasje was a little bag, tasje. Oh, you got that today, Anders nog iets? Nice. And so now that we know that, it's like it's like opening a door when you are like at the bakery, as Affadil was today, and grabbing some a loaf of bread, and yeah, and they're like Anders nog iets, and you're like, oh, I know this phrase. I know what you're asking me. So a tas is a bag, and a tasje is like a little bag. They do a lot of diminutives here, make things cute sounding by adding a j at the end, a J-E. So tasje erbij, tasje is like bag, and then erbij is like, would you like? So basically, when you're packing up, they'll be like, oh, would you like a bag? For that, or a tasje erbij. And so that became part of that little thing. And I love the fact that it sounds also kind of like a person's name. So Affadil created a character on here to be a storage alt, and their name is Tasha. And I said, you should make the last name erbij. And they did. So we have Tasha erbij on this server, which cracks me up, obviously. Okay, well, thanks for bringing these supplies from my brother. It seems increasingly likely that orcs will soon begin their attack. Hey, have we discovered this flet before? We should go check it out. Hey, I discovered a flet. Oh, there's people up here. What you want, what you want, what you want? Do we want to take these or nay?
Yeah, that's
Yeah?
Western area.
Determining their strength. All right, I have an urgent request of you, as you undoubtedly know already. The orcs of Moria have been roused and are pouring forth into the hills There they are mustering for an assault upon Lothlorien. In order to properly prepare for such an assault, we need to know the strength of the enemy. There are countless orcs dwelling in the bowels of Moria. We must know how many have been sent against us. Will you speak with my companion and do stuff and things? Okay. And preemptive measures. This person is the quartermaster. Will you help us? And I'm going to just zoom through here. Let's see. Go get us some lumber. Oh, soak their lumber piles with liquid and collect contents from their crates. So basically, ruin their stuff. Can do. Determining their strength. Southern camps. Go scout a bunch of camps. And running interference. The scouts, the orcs frequently employ runners and scouts to deliver messages. Go stop that. Go get in the way. Okay, can do. Lorien cowbell. What? Nice. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I really got to spend more time looking at the quartermasters. I forget to do that sometimes. Or the barterers and stuff. Okay, so where's the... There it is. Why can't I click on the bulb doodle? All right. You're floating in air. That's so wild.
Yeah, I'm good like that.
You are good like that. Okay, I've come down the ladder. So Elda got lucky. A new practice opened up. And that your Endo's PA went to work for. And she mentioned it, and you were in 5 days later? Oh, that's awesome. Wait, where are you? Oh, you're not down here yet.
I'm hovering.
You're hovering. Okay.
I'm looking at that Lorien cowbell.
Affodil is checking out the Lorien cowbell. So it's great when people would ask how much German you learned when you were in Germany, and you're like enough to go grocery shopping and get off and on at the right trains. It's funny because those are also some things that we have done. Is like how to read the train thing, and how to say the time, how to do time, right? Like how to talk about time, how to do numbers, how to spell things, like learning the alphabet, how to say the letters of the alphabet. That's actually kind of important. Yeah, so all those kinds of things. So yes, doing the grocery shopping is really important, right? Learning how to ask. It's so cute. I love being here. And we moved from a larger city of like, 150,000 people, to a smaller town of like 15,000 people. But it's like people. But we're like 15, 20 minutes. Like it's not far. Let's put it that way. Whoops, I pushed the wrong button. Oh hey, there's the person with the ring. Determining their strength, northern camps. Oh, when he is active, Rangon will not be available for quest completion or comments. You'll have to wait for Faildude defense to end to complete this quest.
Should take that.
I should accept this?
You should accept it.
Okay, accepting. I have accepted. And Faildude skirmish. Oh yeah, we gotta defeat, talk to Rangon at thing, and don't let the Elvish defenders get...
Fast on clicking and I wasn't thinking about that.
Okay, so we're on a timed thing. We've got 15 minutes to...
I think I left out really well.
Oops. Helm of Heightening. A hat for a hobbit. Let's take a look. Ooh, that is crazy. That is a crazy helmet. Wow. Okay, anyway, sorry, I think I'm supposed to be doing something here. Yeah, it's our cheesemonger. That's where I was going. So yeah, so we live in a little village. But it doesn't feel little because we're not like out in the sticks or anything, right? Like it doesn't take us long to get anywhere. And that's by bus or by bicycle, really. It takes me like 20, 25 minutes to get from here to where the bus drops me off for class. And then it's like a 5-minute walk to class from where the bus drops me off. Just like walking through kind of like the middle of the downtown area. It's not bad at all. Yeah, there's a lot of orc warriors around here. What's up with that? Where'd they all come from? Oh, and they hit hard. Oh, they hit really hard. Uh-oh. Hang on a second. Oh, yeah, I guess I should stay with the... I'll stay where the bear is. Guess I gotta pay attention sometimes. So yeah, so the cheese shop next to the grocery store that Affadil tends to go to the most. There's 3 grocery stores here in town, but there's one that Affadil frequents the most, and it's in like a little shopping center, and it says talk to Rangon at Tal Gudugudu. Is that upstairs? Yeah. All right. Hey, ladder. Can I talk to you? Too far away. Too far away. Come on, ladder. Let me up. There we go. Wasn't supposed to be that hard. You have acquitted yourself well during the recent skirmish. Allow me to offer you a token of our appreciation. Silver branches. Silver branches. Silver branches. I'm gonna buy me some elf stuff. Oh, are we mounting?
Let's check the other flats.
Okay, we're gonna go check the other flats and stuff.
I feel like there might be a quest there.
Yeah, so anyway, the cheese shop owner is usually the one running the cheese shop, and he's gotten to recognize definitely Affadil, to the point where Affadil walks in and he goes and grabs the cheese that he knows he's going to ask for. Which I love it. I love that kind of like, personal service. That's really what I've been looking for in moving out here anyway. Because it just seems like that. Like, it just seems like your local community, like there's a strong local community feeling. Like I said, we're in a village town that is 25 minutes from the heart of the downtown of the major metropolitan city nearby, right? We are not far away and in the sticks where there's nothing. And yet, like, there is a strong feeling here. Like, these people aren't from Arnhem. They're not Arnhemers. It's really interesting how there's that kind of real strong community feeling. And so I like that, though, and I like the idea of that you would recognize the same people because you see them every day or you see them regularly, and that the people in the shops that you frequent kind of know you. And we've run into that before. Like, there was a pho place near where we used to live in Colorado, and we frequented it often enough that the owner knew us and would come out and say hi. Now, he did that with a lot of people anyway. Like, that was kind of his thing. Like, he really enjoyed getting to know his customers and getting to know his regulars. But it was really cute because he got to know our regular order, but so did a couple of the other people who worked there. And so sometimes we'd walk in and they'd be like, you want this, 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 this? And we're like, yeah. They're like, we're on it. It was great. So B4 does point out, though, that we are still quite dense population-wise, not person. I'm not a dense person here in our area. The other day, we were traveling to see some friends that are in another city, Den Bosch, which is like 45 minutes downtown Arnhem to downtown Den Bosch. So a little bit longer once you add in extra buses and trains. So we were taking the train down there, and there was twice that we had somebody who wasn't quite sure and was asking us questions, and it felt good to be able to engage with them with words in their language, and help them out. Yeah, so when the old woman was like, is this the right train? Is this the train to Arnhem on our way back? And it's like, yeah, this is it. Elda says, I miss getting around by train and bus. Yeah, where you are, even to get to a train, you'd have to go 30 miles into Colombia for a train to, or yeah, right? Like, it's part of the fabric of transportation here. I mean, and I'm not saying it's like perfect. Nowhere is probably perfect, but man, this place is really good at it. Like, I've gotten spoiled actually because, for example, where we are, there's two buses that come by us, by our streets, and they run twice an hour each. So basically, we have 4 times an hour then that the bus comes by. So that's pretty awesome, right? But during some parts of the day, like middle of the day, they don't run. They only run like maybe once an hour each. So that's like 2 times an hour then, because each one is running once an hour. So if you miss one, you've got to wait half an hour for the next one, roughly. And I get annoyed that I'm having to wait like half an hour or 20 minutes or whatever. So you can tell I'm getting spoiled, right? Oh, in April, you're going home to see family and friends for 4 wonderful days. That's awesome. Yeah, we had plans to go to the U.S. We've had plans multiple times. Oh, there's a DNT. Did you get it? On the Orc Scout? Okay. We're trying to collect those so Daffodil can submit a bug report. Anyway, so yes, we've had plans a couple times over to travel to the U.S. and still haven't done it. It's been 2 years as of this month. Yeah, because we got back here like March 15th, I think it was. It was right in there, 15th or 16th, that we got back to the Netherlands, and yeah, just haven't left the country since. We were gonna go to Germany for Essen Spiel, which is a board gaming expo that happens in the city of Essen, which is about 2-ish hours from here. So it's not really that far. In fact, a lot of times people will drive from here, and sometimes they'll just drive and go for a day. It's a 4-day event, but I mean, it's a day in. You go in, you go out, you go in, you go out, that kind of thing. It's not, excuse me, it's not at a hotel or anything. You don't go overnight, like in the space. You go, it's at an expo hall, and then, you go home. You leave, go to a hotel, whatever. And so some people from around here, they'll just drive down for the day and just go like one day. And we thought about it, but in the end, COVID cases were rising again, so this is in October, and I was just not comfortable with it, and so we decided we'd go ahead and just pass. So hopefully we'll get to go next year. Hopefully things will be more under control, COVID-wise. So let's see. I was thinking, Elda, are you gonna create a thing, an exclamation point thing? I'm gonna put that back in there. A Twitch command? Yeah, Vanille's laughing at me here. Exclamation point thing. A Twitch command? Well, I just copied and pasted your words from earlier and have put them back in the chat. So if anybody wasn't here or wanted to try to remember the details, MVP works at SSG, and he has an upcoming surgery tomorrow and is looking for a little bit of help. He's struck up his courage to ask for help, which is not an easy thing in itself. A lot of times, it's hard to ask for help. So he has struck up his courage and asked for help with the copay or deductible on his surgery. So if you are feeling inclined to help a fellow gamer and awesome person all around, the link for his GoFundMe is right there. You're trying to find a spot to put it into. I mean, you can't get rid of waffles, obviously. That has to stay.
We still need room for bagels.
Daffodil says we still need room for bagels. I mean, I think syrup would be probably the next one.
Syrup, bagels.
No, but syrup with waffles is pretty good. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Oh, okay, that's all for this camp. Awesome. Let's see, I'm at 5 out of 6 crates. Are you also?
Yeah.
Okay. And we haven't soaked any lumber piles with liquid, but I bet we will in a moment. Yeah, so what we're doing here is some landscape quests that are preparing us for doing the battle for Lothlorien, I think it's called, which is a thing that you pick up in that front gate area of Lothlorien, and it takes you up into this area, right? I think it's in the area that we're in now. Yeah, the instance. Yeah, these quests are setting up the story for the instance that you would go into, and you do that so many times, and there's like a deed and all sorts of stuff. So that's one of those things that we want to get to a point where we can run that, but we haven't done all of the landscape stuff to get ourselves to that point. So this is adding to that. So we ran some stuff earlier, and now we're working on some. Ooh, and another branch of wood. I will put in my pocket. This week's sales can be found here, March 3rd through the 10th. So that would be this current sales, the ones that haven't finished yet. So Thursdays are interesting because Thursdays are when the old sales and code finish up, and then the new ones show up. So if you're lucky, you can get the overlap on sales. If there's something that you have forgotten that you wanted to pick up, you can still do it on Thursday, but don't wait till Friday, because Friday it's gone. But sometimes you'll get the sales overlapping for sure. Oh, hey, there's another pile of wood here. Why am I not doing the thing? 5 lumbers of wood. Yes, the cook. That's I have the same. Me too. Yeah, we've been trying to incorporate more, Dutch phrases and stuff into our daily usage because, that helps. Because if you just automatically do that, that's useful, right? So, Elda, do you still speak any German, or has it pretty much been forgotten at this point? 'Cause I'm curious, do you ever find yourself starting to drop into German for anything, I don't know, talking to the kids or something? The Lotro store sales for March 10th through 17th just went out. The tweet just went out with the new sales. Awesome. All right. Well, let's see. Not forgotten, but not used. Yeah. It's interesting because when I was in high school and in college, I took a number of different languages, but the one I took the most of was French. And so for my brain, if I'm searching for a word and it's not English, my default is often to pull out a French word. And if you asked me though, how do you say blah, blah, blah in French, I couldn't necessarily just pull that out. Ceci n'est pas un Nederlands. Right. But that's kind of where some of my fillers is in French. Interestingly, we did go to Paris a couple of years ago. This is when we were deciding if we wanted to move here or not. We were kind of checking out different places. And we did end up going to Paris for a few days. We spent 2 weeks checking out a number of places in around the area in Europe. And I couldn't necessarily remember all of the French that I needed in any particular situation, but thankfully, I had Google Translate on my phone, and thank you. Abdul says I did awesome in Paris. I would be able to look up which words I couldn't remember, or remember how to put together the phrase properly, and so then I could go and ask the person or say, what it is I wanted to say, like, hey, can we have the check, or yeah, stuff like that. And every culture has kind of like their stuff on how you approach things, how you do things, what's normal, like all of that, right? And one of the things I learned before we went to France is they have this kind of within the culture they have an expectation. The Bonjour Effect is there's a book called The Bonjour Effect, and it was fantastic. It basically is when you want to interact with, say, a shopkeeper, you don't just walk in and start talking to them. You basically, walk in, say hello, you say bonjour, and then you wait because they may be busy with something, they may have other things on their mind, they may be working with another customer and you're not paying attention to that or whatever. But it's basically like this kind of like, basically, can I interact with you? Bonjour, can I interact with you? And then you wait for them to respond and go, yes, I will interact with you, bonjour back. And so it's really fascinating because it's basically kind of a knocking, like a verbal knocking on the door and then verbally opening the door. And then you start the interaction. And so knowing that, Orc Slayer advanced, nice. Knowing that helped us to navigate, at least, in one little small piece, just that much more, it greased the wheels, you know what I mean? It made it not so much like, hey, we're coming to your country and expecting you to interact with us, but hey, we're coming to your country and we like it here and can we interact with you, and that was appreciated. So that was kind of cool. Oh yeah, so I would like, yes, can I please impose on you? This is a very nice way to start imposing on them. And then I did look up like my numbers and stuff and remembered how to ask because the hotel we were staying at was a small hotel, like little teeny hole in the wall kind of place, it felt like to me. But you turn in your key every time you go out back to the desk, and then so when you come back, then they have your key and they hand it back to you. So there's always somebody at the desk. Like it could be 3 o'clock in the morning and there's somebody there. They might be like sitting nearby watching TV or something, but they're there. And so I would ask for like the key to our room, and I'd give them the room number in French, and they really appreciated that. So that's something I try to, it's like internalized, right? That if I'm in somebody's country, I should try and speak their language. Like that seems only reasonable. Try and do it in their language. But if you don't use it, it just seems like it's like there's pieces of it that are still there, but it's like the remnants of the language that you knew are there. And you have to go back and try and piece it back together. So I wonder if you went to Germany, if a lot of it would start to come back after, a few hours or a few days or something. I have to say, for Dutch, there's a lot of crossover there's a lot of connection, I should say, between English and German. I kind of imagine it as kind of a triangle, that if you have a word in one of them, you'll probably find a very close friend in one of the other two. So like, we're ready to go talk to some elves? Fantastic. Yeah, and all of a sudden I can't come up with any examples. But basically, yeah, if you have a word in one language, you're probably going to have something very similar in one of the other two, or all three of them together. So that's helped somewhat because I can fall back on some English stuff. But interestingly, there's also definitely some French influence. You can tell that there's words that they came from France. They're definitely from the French language. And then, of course, there's that whole thing of, parapluie for the umbrella. Horloge, what's that? Horloge? Wristwatch. Oh, horloge. Horloge for a wristwatch. But Paraplu, definitely, I remember from before. So yeah, so it's interesting because there's some really strong influences there. So sometimes if I'm not sure how to pronounce a Dutch word, I'm like, maybe I'll say it like I would in English, but make it French. And sometimes, like 50% of the time, it's right, which is really funny to me. But there is that area of Friesland, right? That is, maybe getting this wrong. There's an area nearby. It's either in Belgium or southern Netherlands or something. Where it's basically the language is kind of like a Dutch-French hybrid, but it's a different language. It's not French. It's not Dutch. Do we want to talk to somebody here? I think we do. Hey, there's a group of people here. A group of dwarves following each other around. I wonder if they're together. All right, so we did determining their strength, northern camps. We have completed our patrol. Yes, it's a strong encampment. It supplies the orcs with wood and their siege engines, and Nardurstad is their chief encampment. You should return to Banach at once with this news. Can do. All right, that's everybody up here who wants to talk to us. There we go. So I don't know a lot of German yet. Well, I should say, the last time I was in Germany, I didn't know a lot. But now that we know a lot more Dutch, there's very similar words or similar looking words or similar sounding for things like entrance and exits, station, you know, those kinds of things. Which is dang useful for getting around. All right. You have finished your patrol, that as well. Of the southern camps, only Bolg Maldul and Morkuz Gundul pose any significant threat. You should speak with Baneth regarding your findings. I feel like one person is collecting all the information here. Tell me, are the scouts' numbers reduced? Yes, yes they are. Oh, you have more for me? What up? Go find Targrat's encampment and mock him before his followers. Then see if he will lose his composure and make a deadly mistake. All right, Banach, I got some information for you. You completed your control. Out of all the orc camps, only 4 seem to pose any significant threats. We should speak again with the March Wardens here. They have tasks for us. I see. All right, and the preemptive measures. These were parts for the construction and repair of siege weapons. The orcs shall have to make do without them thanks to your efforts. You also dealt with the supplies of lumber, that as well. Oh, more stuff. Okay, disarming the foe. Defeat orcsmiths and destroy weapon stores. Can do. And what is this portion went? Raising Bolg Marfolg. Okay, so we got to go and enter the encampment and defeat the enemies there. And do the same thing at this other location. Okay. And I'm guessing you might want to send me to the other 2. What a surprise. What a surprise. We're going to burn a banner. And we're going to burn a banner. That'll show them, I tell you. Oh, that's not a ladder. Aha. Ladders and benches look so similar in the Elven lands. Okay. We've got a whole to-do list here. But hey, guess what, kids? It's been 2 hours. So, I'm going to throw that back out there one last time because I am very supportive of MVP. I think he's a pretty awesome person. And so, yeah. We did help out a little bit too because I think it's really important. Stuff, you know, it's always one of those like if you can help, go ahead and help, right? Oh yeah, so talk about Aushang and Outhang sound much closer than they look. Yeah, that's fair. Because it's not gang, it's hung. Got to get that going, you know. Yeah, that's one of the big differences. Is like Dutch is definitely like more phlegmy, I think. Uh-oh. Rangon will not be available for quest completions or comments. You'll have to wait for something to finish. Are we picking up everything here?
There are two burning somethings.
Okay.
Um,
2 burning men?
man.
Oh, hey, collect crates, stolen goods. And we're going to go looting, collect crates of stolen goods. Oh, wait, hang on. This person's got something too. Hey, Belagoth. Oops. Come on. There we go. Oh, we're going to go destroy some more stuff. We're going to defeat some enemies. And we're going to defeat some more enemies. Awesome. I think I've picked up everybody's stuff up here. Anyway, okay. So let us go ahead and call it a day here. So, oh, cool. Sweet. Eldolith made a command for the next few days until MVP reaches his goal. That's fantastic. Oh, thanks, Weirwell. So, yay. Fantastic. And the new freebie is set. Oh, cool. So the freebie this week is 100% crafting XP code. And the code is slice of the pie. That's cute. Very cute. All right. If you have any other questions or things you want to talk about real quick, right now is your last chance before I sign off for the night. Let me put, let's see, the schedule bobber in there, maybe? Yeah, I think I got it. So if you want to see who is on the schedule for streaming here on this fun channel, you can check the link there, and it'll show you who's on and when. And if you want to check out any of our social media, that second link will take you to a list of all of us and the social media that we use. So for example, I will tweet on the day that I'm streaming and be like, hey, I'm coming on in like 2 hours and here's what I'm gonna be doing. So you can always like follow me on the Twitter and get a little, like, it's not a long heads up, it's like 2 hour heads up, but you know, it's still, at least it'll help remind you. And Affadil, before, streams on Tuesdays, roughly around the same time, an hour earlier than me, and also uses my same Twitter. So we just use my Twitter for announcing for both of us. So if you ever are wanting to see what's going on there or see when's coming on here, you can follow our Twitter there. And usually any Lord of the Rings online news, I will retweet and stuff like that also. Or yeah, anything that's big, I'll usually retweet that there too. So I try to keep that Twitter very Lotro focused. My personal Twitter has a lot more other stuff on it. I have strong opinions about some things. Those are over there. But yes, my Beyond the Shire Twitter is very Hobbit focused, if you like. All right. Awesome. Well, thanks everybody for coming along and joining us as we went around hitting things, as I said, during this stream. Here, I'm going to turn myself around. Turn the Hobbit around. There we go. And next week we are going to be in Spring Festival. So I'm very excited about that. So what we'll do next Thursday is I'll take you through the introduction on how to do the Spring Festival, because this will be the first time we'll be doing it on this server. So our characters will be brand new to doing the Spring Festival. So I'm happy to take you along and show you what you need to do to get started, and you know, who do you want to talk to and what quests you do and all that fun stuff. And of course we'll be using Fibro Jedi's wonderful guide. He always has a fantastic guide. And I think that's about it. What's up? Affadil is climbing way out there. Well, another one of our party did that the other day, and then they fell off. So I'll just stay right here on this flat part of the flat. All right. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much for coming along. Stay safe, of course. And oh, you've got a whisper. And oh, yeah. Do you have a link? Cool. I think we are going to go ahead and send a raid over. I totally forgot to do that. We don't usually, I don't usually do a raids, and a lot of us on this channel don't generally do raids because we don't want to send all of you folks from the official channel here to somebody's channel where maybe they're cursing up a storm or they're talking about, you know, things that might not be appropriate for the Lotro community. But Green-Eyed Gamer is on. So we're going to try and send you over there. So we're getting the linkity-loo for that. Okay, so what do? I need to type that in there?
No, I did that.
So does that mean we're doing it?
You'll need to open up Twitch to confirm.
Okay. I will need to open up Twitch to confirm.
And when you hit it, you're done.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay, so hang on just a minute. Well, that didn't work. This is another reason why we don't raid too often, because I am technologically sometimes a wee bit challenged on this one. So give me just a moment to remember how to do this. Get this out of the way. How do I do the thing?
Okay, go up here.
Yeah.
And go to twitch.tv/LotroStream.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't automatically come up on this one, but it does on mine.
I see. And in the chat,
Oh, sorry, gotta come back.
you need it.
Huh? There we go. Oh, before started it.
Yeah.
That started it. So we should be there.
You have. I thought you had to confirm it in your chat. So.
Okay. All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you next time.
What are you guys up to today?